Well, I thought I'd do a quick video on how I got the old John Deere bulldozer. So it belonged to a family member of Victor, my crew mechanic, and they just decided it was been sitting there for a lot of years and it was time to sell it. So this is how it was sitting when I first came across it. There was a tarp on top of it to keep the weather off it, which I appreciated. We threw a fresh battery in it, rolled over about twice before it popped off, and ran like it was just working yesterday. The hydraulics functioned. It moved back and forth, but unfortunately it didn't steer. Like I said, it had sat for quite a few years, and they have dry steering clutches in them, so we'd known that they were going to be seized up. So anyway, they had a backhoe there as well, so we were able to use it to steer it, and we got it loaded up onto the float and brought it home. Now, once I got it home, the only machine I had at the house at the time was my little blue tractor. But we dropped it down into 4 low, and I was able to get enough traction to get the dozer turned around and put it in its parking place so we could fix it up. So first things first, we split the tracks and tore the back end right off of it. Once we got down to the steering clutches, we were able to hook onto them and pull them up out of there with the little blue tractor. Now, luckily the steering clutches were all in good shape. The plates must have been replaced at one time, we're thinking, so we were able to take a wire reel to them, clean all the rust off of it. We did have to replace one of them, one of the friction plates. Luckily, we were able to find the parts for reasonable prices on brokentractors.com, which was a big help. We also replaced the brake bands and some of the bearings while we were in there as well. By the time we were ready to put it back together, I'd had my mini excavator home, so that was helpful, putting the clutches back in and putting the tracks back together. So we got it all put back together, made some adjustments, and it ran just like new. Then as soon as we got it back together that night, as we were doing the finishing touches, putting the cab on, I got a call wondering if we had a bulldozer that we could go and level out a fill site, and that is my first YouTube video. Just after that job, the fuel pump went out of it. So we sent that in to get rebuilt, and ever since we haven't had any problems with it. Just a few adjustments here and there, but I would just call that maintenance. So you'll see in my other videos, I've been doing lots of shoving snow with it, shoving back snowbanks and stuff, working it where I can. Hopefully it'll be ready for the busy season. And I'm sure you'll see it for lots of videos to come.